everybody. Welcome back to Small Couch Reviews. It's your boy Sam. I'm actually on a small couch yet again. Futon, actually. But anyway, before we get started with this video, I really just want to say happy holiday season and thank you everybody for this year. Whether you are somebody who joined us this year or you stuck around this year. I know I speak for both me and Jovi when I say that the fact that I think we have, 230 something subscribers. The fact that over 200 people just click a button to listen to us, it means the world to us. So definitely appreciate it, especially since we are so bad at asking you guys to subscribe. But, please do. Anyway, now, this movie. I actually got a screener to this film before it came out. And then I had forgotten that I watched it, which is why, you didn't see a review for it when it came out. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's not necessarily great either. Okay, so American Fiction, brought to us by first-time writer-director Cord Jefferson, is based on the book Erasure. If you watch the trailers, you might think you're in for a laugh-out-loud comedy. I am here to tell you that you are not. This movie is very much a drama with some comedic beats in it. The entire comedy plot line you see in the trailer is the B plot. There's a family drama at the center of this, and I just need to say that because I had to adjust my expectations as I was watching this. At the first act, the movie got really sad, and I was like, okay, I'm not laughing as much as I should be, so just need to, temper some expectations there. So, in the movie, Jeffrey Wright, he plays a character named Monk. He is an author who takes a sabbatical from his job and he goes to visit his family in Boston. And, he has a sister played by Tracy Ellis Ross. He has a love interest played by Erica Alexandra, girl Maxine from Living Single. And he has his brothers played by Sterling K. Brown. And they are all there to visit their mother to celebrate his mother's birthday. And the siblings have to deal with the fact that their mother is now dealing with early signs of dementia. That's the first sad thing that happens. Then we find out that, both his siblings are divorced. His sister has a medical condition. His brother came out as gay, so he's even lost the ability to see his children, and he's resorted to drugs to cope with all of this. It gets really heavy, and, there's a lot of really real, relatable family issues or just personal issues that come up in this movie that, you wouldn't expect to be in a lighthearted comedy that, you might have thought you would be getting. Now, when the family drama isn't happening, there's also this plot about, his book, which is where a lot of the comedy does come in. So he's an author he's kind of he's one of those intellectuals who just believes he is a smart man, but he just believes he's above doing certain things because his intellect wouldn't allow for it, right? So Issa Rae's character is a Black author who writes a book in the African-American vernacular that does very well. So now his publisher wants the same kind of book, and at first he's like, no, I don't want to do this. I would never sully myself that way. But, because of the whole family drama thing that's actually driving this movie, he has to do it for the money. So he writes this book called My Pathology, not My Pathology, My Pathology, in the same African-American vernacular, and he writes it under a pseudonym of a man who is wanted, right? And the book, obviously, it takes off and does really well. So a lot of the comedy does come from that, from him trying to act as if he is this wanted gangster who's on the run from the cops when he's literally the furthest thing from that. Yeah, but like I said, those moments with that book, they're just spread in between all of the family issues. A lot of this movie has to deal with his relationship with his brother and his relationship with his mother, which, are contentious at best. His Erica Alexandra as his love interest, she kind of is the person who, because she's not part of the family, he opens up a little bit more to her. And, we get small glimpses into why he is the way he is. Jeffrey Wright's Monk, he's a jerk. He's a jerk. And This is not like a Disney Channel original movie where he can shout out if you actually know what that means. But this isn't like that movie where, you know, man is a jerk, he spends weekend with his family, comes back not a jerk because he had this huge character change. No. He's a jerk at the beginning, he's a jerk in the middle, he's a jerk at the end. Which I actually appreciate because it's more real. Like, he doesn't really change how he is. He acts a certain way, and he does this towards everybody. I like the supporting cast. Like Erica Alexander, Sterling K. Brown probably have the second most screen time after Jeffrey Wright, who I think is in every scene in this movie. So he has a lot to carry on his shoulders, and he has a fantastic job. Man. I don't know if we give Jeffrey Wright enough love, but I'm going to give it to him today. He does an excellent job because I said this recently about Willem Dafoe, like, dude is like, he can play anything in any genre. You can't typecast the man, and it's really good to see him in a starring role in this movie. So I hope he gets the recognition he deserves. I will say though that, you know, the one negative that comes with this movie, it's too long. Just like me and Jovi always say, this movie's too long. Even with the way the story goes, with it not being the comedy I expected, it was still too long. Story beats take a beat longer than they should. Like this movie could have been told in an hour and a half and it would have been just as fine. But as far as negatives go, I think that and the subverted expectation of it not being the comedy you want are the only real things I can criticize about this film. The performances are all solid. Like I said, Jeffrey Wright is phenomenal. He carries it through. The drama that happens with his family, it's it's worth watching. I'll just say that it's worth watching. And when it needs to be funny, it is funny. I will give it that. When it goes to the storyline of him being this wanted gangster author, that is funny. Just watching him try to do that is hilarious. I will give it that. And also, I like the themes that this movie has. Like, there are a lot of themes in here that I think Cord Jefferson is trying to spit out. You know, there are some obvious, some not so obvious. He has a conversation with Issa Rae's character, who wrote the first successful quote-unquote black book. And I just love hearing them talk about... I just loved hearing these two black people talk about how their books are, you know, they're kind of they're the same on the outside, but deeper. They're different. They're just very different. You know, one is more appreciation, where one can come off as pandering, even though they seem the same on the outside. I just really like that, and I like that the movie had that in there. So yeah, I'm not gonna take up too much more of your time, guys. I think this is a movie that, I mean, if you haven't already seen it, I think it's good to go see on a matinee. But it's definitely worth a stream whenever it comes to streaming, guys. I'd give this one a 3.5 out of 5. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I'm out.